into the new year, we are taking our health back. I am sick, I am tired, and I'm fed up. This doctor doesn't know what this doctor's doing, and this doctor is prescribing medications, and this doctor is treating symptoms that are being caused by this medication, but like they don't even know what's going on. It all kind of culminated with like a mental breakdown. So I feel like since I started posting again in July, I've had a lot of false starts on this channel, and I think it's because I have not been completely honest about what is really going on in my life and some of the things that I've been going through. So in this video, I'm going to be clearing up some of those things and laying it all out there, and we're going to go from there. Hi, if you are new here, my name is Bethany. I am a Christian stay-at-home mom of 2 small kids. I have multiple sclerosis and I am trying to lose weight. So if any of those things are relatable to you, this might be a channel for you. So feel free to subscribe and stick around. But this video is going to be slightly different. Like I mentioned in the little intro, I have had a few false starts recently. So I tried to do the 75 soft challenge again and I failed. I did complete it in 2024, so I can link the playlist if you'd like to see that. But this year I tried it again and I utterly did not have the energy to do it. It was so bad. And I stopped. And then recently I have been posting like weight loss vlogs. Like my week 2, I think, just went up right before this video. And in a couple of those vlogs, I've just kind of mentioned that I'm sick. And what I haven't mentioned is this is like it's not like the flu or a cold or whatever. It's something that they've been having trouble figuring out like what it is. And so that is a little bit more along the lines of what this video is about. Is kind of, I am sick, I am tired, and I'm fed up. And from now until the end of the year, I am taking on a new challenge, and that is taking my health back challenge, because things have just been spiraling. So the truth is, after I finished my first round of 75 soft in like late September, early October of last year, I took a break from YouTube because I had pneumonia. And since then, literally October of 2024, I have been sick with a chronic cough and not doing well and never fully recovering from this pneumonia. And you know, you go to patient first and they give you an antibiotic and they send you home, and does it help or does it not help? And it kind of waxed and waned. And you know, I go to a different doctor and they're like, well, here's a steroid. And it all kind of culminated with like a mental breakdown. Like I have just been going so far downhill with my health that I've basically not been able to function. It's not like, oh, I don't feel like cleaning my house because I'm lazy today. It's like, I don't even want to go out on a date with my husband because I'm so tired, and I am choosing between making food for my kids and making food for myself. Obviously I fed my kids, but like, I don't have the energy to do daily tasks. And I finally got this mentioned to my neurologist. He treats me for my multiple sclerosis, because it kind of, all of this downfall kind of coincided with a new medication that I had gone on, and so I thought it was correlated. Correlation does not prove causation. Science. So it has nothing to do with my multiple sclerosis, but you know, I went down that path of talking to him about how I've been sick, and so they ran some tests. They thought maybe my immunoglobulin levels were really low. That is not the case. I do also have chronic iron deficiency because I had a gastric bypass surgery 11 years ago. There's a video about that as well. If you're interested in gastric bypass surgery. But it didn't have to do with my iron. My iron was awesome. The neurologist was like, this really has nothing to do with neurology. So because it was a cough, he sent me to a pulmonologist. That is my bird, Bubby. Are you gonna talk the whole time? I'm gonna go feed him. I'll be right back. Okay. Bird taken care of. He should be happily munching. Where was I? At the pulmonologist, they asked, a bajillion questions, and it turns out that they think I have undiagnosed, untreated asthma. And they said something about there being a triad of things that kind of roam together, and that being eczema, which I have, and allergies, which I have, and asthma. And then it is also inherited, and my dad has asthma. So they're going kind of off of that, thinking that have basically been having like a prolonged kind of moderate asthma attack for the last year, which makes sense with the not being able to breathe, the really shortness of breath, the cough, super elevated heart rate. Like when I get up to walk, my heart rate goes beyond what it was a year ago when I was running on the treadmill. Extreme exhaustion. So that's the diagnosis that they are running with for right now. They started me on a daily inhaler, Symbicort, I think is what it's called. I'm losing my voice. And we're gonna see if that helps. This was all just based off of like a conversation and a quick lung listen, but they are running tests. So I just have to wait for all of those tests to get done and then the results to be in. Like I took a chest x-ray. They might want to see a CT scan as well. And we're gonna do a lung function test and something else, a blood test. Once all those things get in, we'll have a confirmed diagnosis, I suppose. But right now they are going with asthma. I don't know, like it all seems so dramatic to me. Like asthma, I just have always thought that was, forgive me if you have asthma. Apparently I do too. But I always thought like, wow, it's not that big a deal. Like you're just out of shape. I have been out of shape and apparently now I have asthma, and they are two very different things. Like I am not able to function. But this lack of being able to function in my daily life has really affected my quality of life and my mental health. I have not been on mental health medications for over 2 years, and I'm seriously contemplating going back onto them. Makes me want to cry just thinking about it. But anyway, we are going to make progress, and we are going to work on improving the quality of life with the things that we can control. So I did kind of organize like what I'm going to do into a couple of different categories. So there are some things that I am immediately going to start doing, and I have actually already started them. And that is eating healthy. And there is something in my as soon as possible that kind of goes with the eating healthy, but eat healthy. I am going to make sure to be taking my bariatric vitamins as well as my prescription vitamin D. Throughout all the testing, we did find out that my vitamin D is also very low. Sorry if the angle changed, my phone ran out of storage. YouTuber problems. So amongst all the testing, they tested my vitamin D and it was extremely low, which is not shocking to me. It's been low my entire life, and it's only gotten worse since I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, because heat makes multiple sclerosis worse, and so I do not go outside in the summer. And that's really the only time to get vitamin D in Maryland. I really should be taking vitamin D religiously, and I have not been. So my doctor gave me a very high prescription that I take once a week. So I will be taking my bariatric vitamins as well as that. I also immediately am going to be getting into a good habit of taking my Symbicort inhaler, which is in the morning and at night. And then with that, I have to get in a really good mouth hygiene habit. Which sadly has gone downhill since my second pregnancy, because I could not stick a toothbrush in my mouth without, all the pregnant ladies understand what I am saying. And it hasn't gotten much better since I gave birth, so sorry. Anyway, I've already been to the dentist and fixed all of those problems. But I need to get into a good, specifically gargling habit, because I have to rinse the steroid out of the back of my throat because it will cause thrush if I don't. Yay. I want to get immediately back into a good Bible study habit. I feel like all of my relationships have suffered recently. Like, you know, too tired to go on a date with your husband. That's pretty sad. You know, I basically do all the things that I'm required to do to keep people alive and healthy and nothing else. I've literally been offered babysitting and turned it down because I didn't have the energy to go out on a date anyway. So I just went to bed instead. Like, this is the type of exhaustion that I'm talking about. So those are the things that I am planning to do ASAP stat immediately. And then I have an as soon as possible list, which is to, number one, I plan to get some biblical counseling. I really need to speak to someone professional who also believes the same as I do about the Bible. So I have a lady in my church who actually is a professional psychologist. She is retired, but she is a biblical psychologist, basically. So she has a degree, a master's degree, and she is also very biblically wise. So I have actually an appointment to meet with her tomorrow, and we're gonna chat. Don't know about what, but we're gonna chat and try to get my mind right. And then I also have an ASAP goal of going to my primary care, not because I haven't been. I've been to a million doctors recently, but I specifically am struggling in the healthcare realm of understanding what on earth a primary care is even supposed to do. Like, I feel like they're useless because I go and they send me to somebody else. And I have a PPO. I don't need a referral. I can go anywhere. Like, what is their role? But like, I feel like I need a health manager. I don't know. I don't even know what I need. I need to not feel like I'm lost in the system of this doctor doesn't know what this doctor's doing, and this doctor is prescribing medications, and this doctor is treating symptoms that are being caused by this medication, but like, they don't even know what's going on. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like I am lost in a maze of doctors not knowing what the other one is doing. And it's very, very frustrating. And I don't know. The other thing I want to do as soon as possible and related to the healthy eating is I know a lot about nutrition. I've been very interested in it for my entire life. I've done a lot of my own research, but obviously I am no professional. And when you go into the wilds of the internet, which I do, and even books, you'll find a lot of stuff, contradictory stuff. A very popular eating protocol for people with multiple sclerosis is the Wahls protocol. However, if you are familiar with her, let me say she is less than honest, at least less than completely honest in that book, because the diet did not cure her. She had a very experimental treatment that not many people qualify for because it either cures you or kills you. It's very risky, and it, like I said, it either cures you or kills you. Like, it has a 100% success rate of either curing you or killing you. And it's about a 50-50 shot. So they only do it for very extreme cases of people who are pretty much dying anyway. And I've read the book, and she basically acts like the paleo diet cured her, and it did not. It may have assisted in rebuilding her immune system correctly after the treatment, but the book is very dishonest. And so I'm very turned off to that. And then you've got people like Surae Stancic, who is a vegan, who has not been on MS medication for like 10 or 15 years now, and she's not had a relapse because she's vegan. But she is also, she will admit that she is not just like medically vegan, she is like ethically vegan. And I'm not, okay? healthy. I just want to know what the best diet for someone with MS is without all the fads, like without all the I'm trying to make a buck on a book, without all the save the animals. You know, I mean, I'm not for hurting animals, but like I am for eating animals. So if you're a vegan, this channel is probably not for you. I cook a lot of meat. Then my goals, these are long-term ultimate goals, but hopefully things that I will be hopefully achieving by the new year. That is the theme. From now into the new year, we are taking our health back. That is the theme. So my goals are to get back into exercising, but obviously I need to get my breathing back on track. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do anything. I am probably going to do some yoga or something, or light weightlifting. I don't know. Whatever doesn't cause me to want to pass out. That's what I'm going to do. I want to get back into a good, this sounds terrible, but a good self-grooming habit. Like when you're too exhausted to stand in the shower, you know you're tired. So they got cut out a lot. Sorry, that's gross and TMI, but I was like basically showering as minimally as possible because I just didn't have the energy to do it. I took a lot more baths than I did showers. So, and just like, you know, doing my hair, like I flat ironed it today because I went to church, but I just want to take care of me a little bit more than I have been. Paint my nails. I haven't painted my nails in like months. I want to go to the eye doctor. I've had these glasses since 2020. It's been 5 years. It is time to retire them. They are all scratched up and I need to go to the eye doctor. So that is on the list of goals. Non-essential, but you know, I want to go on dates with my husband. I want to pick up a Bethany hobby. I used to have hobbies, you know, I used to paint, I used to crochet, I used to hike. I want to get back into the Bethany hobbies. That is how I'm going to know that I'm getting better, is that I'm able to fit in a few things that Bethany likes to do, and not just the things that I have to do to keep the little people alive. I also want to focus on a little bit better sleep hygiene. I have a habit of watching TV before bed, and I want to switch that out for reading. It's better for you, it's better for your sleep, and you know, it would do me good to read a book. I really want to try to shift away from the screen at night and onto something else like reading a book. And then finally, I really want to focus on decluttering my home. You see my little Bible pile back here. It's gotten out of hand because I am tired. But my mom has said that she will come over a couple of days a week and help me just kind of room by room. So I'm not so overwhelmed by it. So I have a lot of support. And so that will be good. So I feel like this was long and rambly, and I am extremely sorry. But I just wanted to lay it out there. That is what is going on, and I am trying to get better. I'm still going to be putting out the weight loss vlogs. They might just include some of this stuff in them as well, because that is going to be the overarching goal, is to like lose weight and take the health back completely in like all aspects. So, you know, getting my medications managed and under control, getting myself in with the right doctors, figuring out how to manage the healthcare system, figuring out what's the best foods for me, learning how to exercise again with asthma. Like, I know people do it, just all of that good stuff. And so if that is something that you're interested in, again, please subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. I really appreciate it. If you are going through a hard time, let me know. I will pray for you. I covet prayers, and I will pray for others as well. So a couple of you have said that you're praying for me, and I can't even express to you how much I appreciate that. Crying again, trying not to. Tired. I'm gonna sign out. I am actually going to have my little, you know, you're a millennial when you have Pepsi and not Poppy or Olipop or all of those things. This is my special every now and then. I probably have one a month. Like, it's pretty rare, but I love them. So So anyway, that is my rambly video for today. I will be picking up with vlogging tomorrow with my vitamins, my healthy eating, and whatever else we get into next week. So I hope to see you there, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.